Yes, Uncle Chunt.
Ahoy, hoy, Uncle Chunt here. This is the first episode of the CHUNTCAST. It's going to be a garbage truck on fire, probably, but we'll see how we go. With me, I have, first off, we'll start. Matty, how you going? I like your shirt. It's all Jason-ified.
Yeah, Jason for days, mate, unfortunately. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's unfortunate at all, mate. and we got Owen Digital Beard. How you going, mate?
How are we, friends?
Yes.
I'm very good. I'm very excited. I'm quite stoked to be the one of two first guests, and I get to talk about Power Rangers. So that's exciting.
Yes.
As you can tell by my little world behind me.
Yes,
very much my thing.
Yeah, and I said to you before, I'm pretty sure you've got that red Megaforce up there just for me. I like to think so, anyway.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, thanks. Well, yeah, I just thought we've got a few topics today. You'll see it down I think it's the left side of the screen when I edit this. But first off, we'll just start with the Power Rangers Beast Morphers announcement. So I think this is going to be quite interesting because those of us that know the Super Sentai side of things, Go Busters, I believe it was called, it was skipped over in favor of, I think, Megaforce or Samurai, one of the two.
Yes.
Yeah, and now we're down to Dino Charge and fucking Ninja Steel now. So now they're going backwards. So just so we're all up to scratch, before we look at the Rangers themselves, the excerpt, the official Beast Morphers description is: set in the future, a secret agency combines a newly discovered substance called Morph X with an animal DNA to create Power Rangers Beast Morphers team. The Rangers must fight off an evil sentient computer virus bent on taking over the source of all Ranger power, the Morphin Grid itself. That's pretty cool. Featuring never-before-seen leather suits and an all-new Beast-themed arsenal, including dynamic new Zords. Fans should get ready for a full season of secret ops and more phenomenal fun. As we just said, will be adapted from Sentai Go Busters, which is the 36th season of Super Sentai. Latest season of Power Rangers Ninja Steel was actually based on the 39th, and many fans throughout that the next to be adapted would be 41st, whatever that is, Q Ranger. But yeah, so we got the announcement. Ghostbusters, Go Busters will be the next one, which will be in 2019 sometime. So we've got the three Rangers revealed. I'm going to butcher the names completely, but the new cast of the three Rangers, which is pretty cool. It's a different dynamic. We got Jasmeet Baduwalia as the Blue Ranger, Jacqueline Skizlowski, I think, as the Yellow Ranger, and Rory Travid as the Red Ranger. So they look pretty awesome, guys. I'm just going to say. I like the designs of the suits and the Zords and everything. I had a sticky beak a couple of years ago when I found out about Ghostbusters. God, that's got to be a thing. Go Busters. And I was like, oh, this would be pretty cool. And now we're finally going to get it. So I don't know. Like, I'm pretty stoked. What do you guys think? I'll start with you, Owen.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited because as you said, like I remember, when it was first, like, because it was 2011, 2012. So like, it's gonna be interesting to see how the footage holds up. 8 to 7 years later, once it's actually broadcast. But I'm pretty excited for it. Like, it's the one that we thought never would get turned into a Power Rangers season.
Yeah. So
I feel like that's what excites a lot of us most, I guess, because it's like, oh, it's actually happening. And it looks like they're kind of sticking pretty close to the Sentai time, like storyline, which is pretty cool. But the suits, I think the suits are probably like some of the best Power Rangers / Sentai suits they've done. So
quite unique.
I'm pretty excited. It should be pretty good. It's definitely one I'll be watching in real time, I reckon.
Yep. All right. So Matty, what do you think? Have you looked into it much?
Haven't really had much of a look into it. Obviously, I do know about Go Busters and everything. I really liked their suits, especially although it hasn't been announced yet, the gold and silver, as it was in Go Busters. Right. But I really do like the suits on this one, and definitely their morphing style in Sentai. So I'm hoping they keep that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely looks like it's a completely different take.
Definitely
what they've got here.
Well, I think how they're introducing the whole Morphin Grid thing, like that's a real Power Rangers centric thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's been a lot of like there was a couple of seasons previously where they talk about the Morphin Grid starting back, I think, in Ninja Storm, obviously Cam, the sixth Ranger at that point, he was screwing around with the Morphin Grid and upgrading weapons and everything like that. And then it transferred further a bit more, especially into season 15, Operation Overdrive, where they had the famous 2 episodes of Once a Ranger, Always a Ranger.
Yeah.
Bringing back Alpha 6 or 7, I think it was, with Johnny Young Bosch as Adam Park. And that just, it set me up there.
Yeah.
Well, they even mentioned the Morphin Grid like briefly in like the original run, but I remember they mentioned it in space when Adam goes back to train Carlos in that episode.
Yes, I do remember
when he has the broken the broken
morpher,
Black Ranger morpher. Yeah, so like there's a brief mention of that as well. Like, so they have played with little bits, but yeah, that Ninja Storm like arc was definitely where they really like dove into it head first.
Yeah, and then it continued on from there, especially with Dino Thunder, SPD as well, being that it was very futuristic, police, and then moving into Operation Overdrive, skipping over Mystic Force, and then obviously season 17, RPM, being Dr. K.
And just to throw it in there, they even did it in Megaforce.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
of course.
It was forgotten series that no one wants to remember, except me.
Well, Super Mega Force was literally like that was the thing, wasn't it? That was the gimmick of the Super Mega Force.
Yeah, accessing the Morphing Grid to access the past Rangers' abilities.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I really did enjoy that. That definitely kept me happy, especially when they've done the full team changes and everything like that.
Well, it's very fan servicey, which is good. Like, I think this would be the first. I'm pretty sure this would be like the first kind of handover series from Saban to Hasbro. I'm not entirely sure how much control who's got. Like, is it more of a Hasbro season, or if it's just been if it's going to be transitioned between? I don't know, but it's very interesting. Considering that trailer that they released, like their actual announcement trailer, it looked pretty badass.
It looks cool. It looks badass. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the Rangers themselves, man, they're quite pretty.
Well, like being honest, it's definitely a mixed bag this time around. Obviously, like you have like people with different ethnics and stuff like that. Obviously, you've had like near enough your full range Aussie teams, being like Mystic Force, also as well Ninja Storm going back to. There was definitely like heavy on the Australian side of things,
and Jungle Fury too,
and Jungle Fury, of course. But yeah, like this new team are very, very pretty.
Yeah, like they just pull them out of a modeling catalog and go, we need some ethnicity here and varied races and stuff, but these guys are quite attractive. Let's throw them in. But I think it's pretty cool, that throwback. I don't know if it's intentional, but the Red Ranger dude, he's got the old afro thing going on from like, was it RPM or something, Overdrive?
Yeah, Scott Truman in RPM.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, so it's cool, man. Like, I know people are making a big deal and fuss over, like, oh my god, another Red Ranger, but who's black? But there's been a few already. Old hat, but still, I mean, it's cool. The last handful of Rangers in the red position have always been kind of like some kind of Caucasian-y, so it's good to mix it up. And I think the Blue Ranger dude is, judging by the name, he must be some kind of like, Indian type descent, I think, by the name. Just look at him. It's very interesting. And from what I've heard online, there are seasons I'm not entirely familiar with, but from what I've heard online, he's like the first of that. I think it sounds about right. I think that sounds about right. Like, obviously they've used like Asian and a lot of Mexican, Spanish, but I think that might probably will be like from like the subcontinent, so to speak. Yeah. So that's cool, man. I mean, Power Rangers, like we all know, Power Rangers is all about inclusivity and different races. And
definitely like
the whole message of that, which is good. So they're continuing that on here. Just in I'll be interested to see how much they flesh that out with the gold and silver. Rangers that comes through.
Well, sorry to interrupt. Going back to the ethnicity of the Rangers, just looking up on Instagram, hitting up Power Rangers now. They've actually got a post there saying the first fully Indian Ranger, a black leader, and one of the youngest Rangers of all time.
Youngest? Okay.
There you go.
I'm guessing that Jackie might be the youngest out of all of them that have actually stepped onto the stage.
Yep.
And then obviously our friend in blue is the Indian, and then obviously another colored leader again.
Yeah, I just wonder what they're going to do as far as like, where is it set? Like, is it in the future or something? I don't know if I've missed it or if it's
Yeah, I believe so. Like just having a quick read on it, it's set a little bit more in the future, very similar to RPM.
Yeah.
Just probably not so more so in a different dimension, so to speak.
Well, and the other thing I want to go on about is the like the robotic companions. Like I wonder if they're going to be like physical in the show, like physically there, or they're just going to be CG'd in. Like, they look pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I like that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool.
They definitely do look quite good, to be honest. I never really watched Go Busters, so for me it would be interesting to see how they work with these companions, so to speak.
Yeah, I just can't do the Sentai. I'm the same with anime. Like I just can't sit there and watch the Japanese version of it because I have a problem with reading subtitles and you kind of miss
what's going on in the background.
Yeah, because you're reading what's happening.
Yeah.
But, whatever. It's not me being ignorant at all. I don't know.
Yeah, the eyes, Cruise the Jaguar, Smash the Gorilla, and Jax the Rabbit, just reading it up on.
Yeah, that's them. That's the one. Yeah, it's just, I probably should. I wanted to watch Go Seijo, which is the where Megaforce came from.
Yeah, definitely check that one out. It's a good one.
Yeah, I've heard that. But it's all about angels and stuff. When I found out about that, and I rewatched Megaforce and Super Megaforce, I could tell like there's certain parts and like cuts that are like quite abrupt cuts, like something angelic was about to happen, and some feathers and stuff going across the screen. I'm like, oh, okay,
yeah.
That makes sense.
But like that's the thing with like Sentai, like you either got to be like fully in it or not at all. Because like I watched Tokyuja, that's never been made into a Power Rangers one. That was the train one.
Oh yeah.
That was like the train line one.
We could probably do without that.
That storyline is pretty full on.
Yeah, I watched the first 2 episodes of it, and it was all like imagination and all this kind of stuff.
Well, long story short, it's pretty much just like these, like the twist near the end is the fact that like these like the Rangers, so more or less, they died when they were kids.
Holy shit!
And then like it's like it's them in the future, so like people see them as like the teenager kind of vibe or older, but they're actually still kids. It's pretty messed up.
Yeah,
but it's pretty full on.
Definitely blowing the mind right now.
Yeah, if you've got the time, I would highly suggest watching it or trying to find a way to watch it because it's pretty damn good. But it's a bit of a mind fuck.
That's part of the reason why we get the adaptations, where it's like there's just certain things that just won't mesh in Western culture.
Yeah, I don't think Hasbro will be biting that cake at all.
No, I wouldn't say so. I mean, who knows? We might go back to it. I mean, this Go Buster, we jumped over it. So
yeah,
it might be something else that's happening down the road. But another thing that's happening down the road very shortly, in fact, maybe within a couple of days after this is up, is the 25th anniversary special edition episode.
Oh boy,
25 years. Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be pretty good. I have a good feeling about it. There's a good hype behind it, but we had something like that going on with the Legendary War, and we know what happened there.
Oh yeah.
So look, we've got 10 Rangers, from what I understand, coming back.
Yep.
We've got a list here just outlining them. This is going to be different. We got the MMPR Red Rocky Steve Cardenas coming back.
Oh really?
Yeah, instead of
I didn't see that.
instead of Jason coming back, ASJ, which is cool, man. I mean, he was supposed to be in that Forever Red episode, but they just lost contact with him. They didn't reach him in time.
Yeah.
Which is, that sucks. But yeah, then we've got Old Mate himself, JDF, Green, MMPR, and Black Dino Thunder. He's not listed as any other kind of Ranger in there at the moment, but
from like the screen grabs I've seen, he is in the Dino Thunder suit, which is interesting.
Yeah.
There's been a couple that I've seen as well, especially looking at Jason Fawn and Catherine Sutherland, looking at their pages on Instagram. You definitely see which Rangers are coming back, and the trailer showing JDF as, Dr. Oliver in Dino Thunder, Black Ranger. And then a couple of scenes later, he's back as the Green. So
yeah, fighting himself as well. There's a shot with Green Ranger fighting Dino Black.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I think there's something to do with some cloning stuff happening from what I've been seeing.
But also, it seems like it's going to be the JDF show, which is what he likes.
Well,
So
yeah,
there
he's
you
got his
go.
own. He's got his own custom morpher. It's a different morpher where it allows him to access his old powers.
Ugh.
Oh, again, another morpher for JDF.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great. Universal eye roll, sigh, groan.
Well, look, we'll get hate for that, but it's just like, I get it. He is the Power Ranger, but it just like it gets to his head a lot too in like real life. So whatever.
Oh, of course.
Now I'm gonna get blocked on Instagram. Fuck.
Yeah,
I'll make that
guilty
3.
by association by me. Sorry, guys.
That's what I want.
Well, we already touched on a couple others that are coming back. So like Jason Faunt from Time Force Red, Catherine Sutherland.
Sorry,
Turbo
I just
Pink.
pulled up a picture on Instagram again, Jason Faunt's page. So you've got obviously Steve coming back as Rocky, JDF as we know, Jason Faunt himself coming back as Wes, Catherine Sutherland. You've got Yoshi. I can't do his last name, but he's coming back as Coda. Dino Charge Blues. Shudasu, thank you. And then you've also got Steven Skyler coming back as Gold Samurai Ranger.
Gold. Hell yeah.
Your girl, your favorite girl.
Gia. Yes.
And
yes.
And the lovely Gem coming back from RPM Silver.
And don't forget, Selwood Ward's coming back as TJ, but blue TJ in Space Ranger.
Blue TJ and
that's cool.
What's his name? Jeff Pizarro coming back as Trent from Dino Thunder as well.
He was the white
Dino Ranger. Yeah.
I love that suit. That was such a sick looking suit.
It's kick-ass, yeah.
Yeah.
So look, I mean, we've got some pretty good representation there.
Yeah, I think it covers the eras, so to speak. You got like the original.
Oh, definitely. You've got definitely the first lot.
You've got you've got everyone from like the Zordon era. Like you got each season from the Zordon era represented in some way, shape, or form.
Definitely.
And then like the post Zordon, then like the Disney era. So like,
you got a couple of Disneys and Jetix as well.
Yeah,
it was Jetix, then Disney, and then going into Neo Saban.
Yeah, I dig it.
So what are your hopes for this episode? Like, what do you? I mean, obviously, we hope it's not a repeat of Legacy War.
God no! My apologies for you, Chunt, being a Megaforce, Super Megaforce, but unfortunately, that Legacy War was, in my eyes, a bit of a letdown for me.
Oh, yeah, I felt it too, mate. I did.
One thing I loved about Legacy War was like the introduction of each Ranger when they did something like their helmet flashed over their face.
Yeah, definitely.
That was amazing.
When they're doing the trailers for that and helping out all the citizens and stuff like that, and you just see like the little head flash of the helmet.
The one I loved most was Corone, how it went from Astronomer to the Pink Galaxy Ranger. That was awesome. I did love that one. That was cool.
Yeah, no, I was very happy.
A lot of good moments when they're walking towards the Megaforce Rangers and they all got their helmets off, and you're like, "Oh god damn, this is pretty awesome!" Jesus,
nostalgic like hits in the heart, and you're like, "Yep, I'm good."
Yeah. But then when they start fighting, it's like, 30 seconds and I'm done. You know?
Yeah.
But,
hopefully this one isn't like that. But is it going to be an hour episode or is it half hour?
Yeah, it's 30 minutes.
Still the standard 20 minutes. All right.
Jeez. Well, yeah, there goes all my hopes and dreams out the door. Hey?
Well, I mean, they say running time 30 minutes, prime time, and Nickelodeon. So like, it's not being shoved in its normal time slot. It's kind of given a prime time slot. So I'm imagining it's going to be something like worth tuning in for, besides being 25th anniversary episode.
You'd want to hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, but look, I mean, I don't know too much more about the episode. Obviously, there's been very little detail released, of course, because I mean, it's out in 2 days. I'm going to try and find a way to watch it. I don't have Foxtel or anything like that with Nickelodeon.
Neither here, unfortunately.
So I'll find a way because I want to watch this because that date that comes out, 28th of August, is going to be national, or Hasbro deeming it National Power Ranger Day or something like that going forward.
That's cool.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. So, you know, those of us that want to spend some annual leave can take a day off and be like, I'm going to watch some Power Rangers today.
I was going to say that National Power Rangers Day is every day for me. So,
Agreed.
Yeah, good call. Yeah, look, I'm trying to be optimistic about this episode.
Oh no, definitely. Like it's going to have its ups. obviously you got all the Rangers coming back, so everyone's gonna be like, yes, like my favorite people or like my favorite season's going to appear, like awesome. But obviously I still have my doubts being the Legacy War.
Yeah.
If it's going to be anything similar to that, then it's going to hurt hard.
Well, I know like some of the team up episodes from the Disney era were really good. Like you got really good fight scenes, and like they were all original fight scenes, and like they did a lot of effort on those ones. But like I really like Super Mega Forces, how they kind of trickled it throughout that whole season. Like the Super Mega Force, each episode there was like 5 or 6 different episodes or whatever, where they like, oh, you're so and so from so and so team. You know, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see how we go. I'm actually watching, trying to watch Ninja Steel. Yesterday I watched about. I finished watching episode 9 when I stopped. I went back to Netflix and it's like, continue watching. So okay, cool. So I got through to like episode 10 and then all the way up until the Lion Fortress.
Yes.
Armor swap thing, like that super upgrade.
Yeah.
And, Battleizer or Redline Battleizer. Yeah.
Yeah, like it was a challenge. I'll say that. I can't stand those 2 numbskulls, man. Like I just they're so cringe inducing, it's hard. Like Victor or whatever and so and so.
Victor and Morris or
it's just hard to watch.
It's really bad that we can't even remember the names yet. We go back to the original the original duo, Bulk and Skull.
Bulk and Skull,
you can't compare to those boys, unfortunately.
No. But no, it's very hard to watch, but there's a lot of cool stuff in it. I gave Ninja Steel a lot of crap, but I've found enough in it to enjoy it, to watch all the way through to the end of whatever Netflix has. So it's just, and I've got to stop being an adult about it. Like I enjoyed the messaging in every episode, like very much like MMPR days, where it's like there's always a good message in everything that they do, pushing good values and stuff. So we'll give it props to that. But yeah, look, I guess so you guys have any way of watching these anniversary episode? Like, does anyone get a copy of me?
I'm sure there's some ways that we can watch them a couple hours later, thanks to the internet, that we won't condone.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about, mate.
Yeah, I have no idea
what you're talking about, mate. I think I might go around a phone place that might actually have Foxtel. We don't know.
Yeah, that's right. Just go to like JB Hi-Fi and hopefully they've got the channel on. Just sit there. Can you change the channel, Nickelodeon, please? So look, I know we're going to go into some sequel talk. I think we can squeeze it in, maybe just briefly, because there's one more thing I want to talk about after this. It's kind of old news now, but they were talking about like Hasbro kind of pseudo confirming the production of, or at least pre-production, or the possibility of a sequel to the 2017 film. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? Just quickly, like I liked the film. I think both of you guys did as well, but what would you think they need to do in the sequel to warrant people coming back for it? Like, what do you want to see from the sequel? I'll start with you, Matt. Just quick. Like, what do you want out of it?
Personally, like hoping what they can do, sort of with what they've done with season 1 of MMPR. So they've done an introduction, how they got the powers and everything like that now, which obviously covered in the first couple of episodes. Trying to get used to their powers in the big fight scene and everything like that. But probably putting it on probably a few months later down the track where they've gotten to know their powers, and then obviously Tommy coming into the school, coming into that, and then being possibly a part of that Green Ranger, or going back to MMPR, going green with evil sort of style.
Like a condensed Green with evil.
Condensed version of,
I was gonna say, like they have to start him out as a villain. Like there's no other way. Like, they can't bring him. Well, they alluded to that in like that post-credit scene. His jacket was there, the desk was messy, he wasn't even there. Like they alluded that he was going to be like the bad boy at the school. So
because they're all naughty boys and girls in detention.
Very Breakfast Club style.
That's what I smell. I like that though. I thought it was good.
Definitely. Me personally, I've never seen the Breakfast Club, so for me going,
what?
I know. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. I'll watch it eventually. But obviously, I saw a lot of memes, a lot of pictures, referring back like, oh, these guys are in detention. You've got this person, like the outcast, all that, and it's like looking back at the Breakfast Club, and it's like, well, that's what these guys are too.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
I think the problem will be the budget because it barely made its money back. Or it did, and then a little bit, but not enough to be like, holy crap, let's jump on the sequel. Or
Well, you never know what
another one.
Like, you never know. Hasbro might actually have a different idea. Introducing that.
Yeah, big time. Like they're all they're all Spark Studios will be handling it, which is Hasbro's studio where they handle the movie properties like Transformers and stuff. That's why it's called all Spark Studios.
Oh, nice.
So Hasbro, they have money, so it wouldn't surprise me if they pump one out. But I personally want a continuation just because I don't want another reboot already. Like, it's just retreading old footsteps.
Like, you've had a reboot. It's good to continue on moving forward with that possible sequel.
Yeah, if they can pull the actors back.
I must say the cast was brilliant though. Like they they need to they really need to keep to that cast because
such a good cast. It really was.
The way
RJ Seiler doing his job as Billy, that for me was that really touched me good.
Did it now?
He done a really good job. Like, he obviously, in this day and age, we have a lot of people that have obviously autism and like that sort of mental ability where it may not be 100% in one area but 100% in the other. And you've done such a good job of bringing that character to life with that and still being the genius that all of us know as Billy in MMPR.
Very much. Yeah, he's working on a different spectrum, that's for sure.
But
that's awesome, man. And like, hopefully we don't get Naomi Scott being too damn busy with Aladdin and Jasmine in the Disney movie that's coming out.
She's in that, isn't she?
Yeah. And old mate Dacre Montgomery in Stranger Things. With the
is he in that?
Coming in.
Oh, okay.
Stranger Things season 2.
Right. Season 1.
Holy crap, man! Get into it.
I've never seen it either, so.
Oh my lord! I wish I could be you two.
We're sorry, Chunt. We're sorry.
Yeah,
we're sorry.
I wish I could be you two to watch it again for the first time. Well, yeah, we'll end on a fluffy note. Now, toys. We'll talk about some toys.
Toys, my wheelhouse.
Yes.
There we go.
We know you just spent a small fortune today.
And my best friend gave me a whole bunch of toys from the movie as well. She found at cash converters, and they're still in the box. So,
oh my god!
Today's been a pretty good day.
That's hectic.
Sounds like it, man. So, well, you might be interested in this Lightning collection that they're coming out with.
Yes.
So basically, to round it down to the main points, we're not going to have the super uber buff figures, design anymore, which is good because they never looked like that in the show.
Of course not.
So these ones are going to look more kind of like the show, respective of each Ranger. Now, it's not going to be how the Legacy line's been trying to do it, where they're releasing every team or trying to. Yeah. This is going to be more of, they say here, like an anthology series, which is kind of the main Rangers or the more kind of prominent Rangers. I'm taking that as and making figures for those.
Yeah, so God knows how many, so to speak.
Yeah, so I don't know. They haven't listed who they're thinking of doing. Obviously, they've got the White Ranger there as their promo shot. Yeah, JDO from the front and center. Look, I'll ask. We'll round this off as a couple of questions to finish off the CHUNTCAST.
Yep.
I personally want a gold Zeo. I really, really do. So that's who I want in this Lightning collection. So, Owen.
Yes.
What do you hope for in this collection, and who do you want out of this? Who do you hope they release?
Who I hope Andros, Red in Space. He's my favorite Ranger by a long shot.
Nice.
So that will be one that I'll be eagerly waiting for. But I don't know. I feel like just bringing out more than just Mighty Morphin stuff.
Big time.
I think as obviously that's like where Power Rangers franchise makes their money. It's like the nostalgia Mighty Morphin. But if they want to keep making money from like the actual fans, obviously, if you can see around me, I don't have much Mighty Morphin stuff.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have a lot of the other seasons. So yeah, that's I feel
See
like
a lot of Turbo and Zero. I think that's about it.
well, exactly. They need to start doing a lot more different stuff to actually get the existing fans on their side, I guess, because it's Hasbro's way of going, look, we're in this for the thing, we're in this for real. Just quickly though, I was I tagged Chunt in that video of them making the White Ranger figure. Looks incredible. A friend of mine down here, Chris Fresh, he runs a Geek Dudes podcast, obviously, and he has the most incredible toy collection. He's a Star Wars and Transformers guy. Two of Hasbro's biggest money makers.
Oh, definitely.
So
Yeah.
I said to Fresh, I'm like, hey, should I be worried that like Hasbro are taking over Power Rangers? He's like, look, he's like, they make good toys, but like they might not have have it as a priority. Looks like they have it as a priority because that toy looks amazing.
Yes,
like,
it does.
That doesn't look like it. Looks like a lesser version of a figure arts toy.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why it makes me pretty excited that they look like they mean what they're in it for real.
Well, they're taking it seriously, to be honest.
Yeah, and the pricing on these things, they're saying it's still going to cost the same. Like the 1999 or whatever it is, American. So that's the same as the legacy line that they're already doing.
It's like $25-$30.
Yeah, so it's
that's
not going to be $50-$60 like a figure art. You know?
Yeah.
So that's cool. So yeah, Matt, if you had one figure that you hope they bring out, what would it be?
One figure that I'm going to have to go in space as well. I'm going to have to join up with my buddy Owen. It's got to be Zane. It's got to be the Silver Ranger, the KL35 brothers.
Well, then they have two sales on some in space Rangers. Then,
yes.
Oh, look, I'm kind of, I'll be lucky to get a gold, but I'll never get a Megaforce red.
We never know.
I'll never get
pushing,
one.
Chunt. Keep pushing.
Yeah. Well, I've got my little shrine back there, all the different reds. But yeah, I'm pretty excited, man. It's about time we got some more actual like screen looking toys from them, not like super like uber buff Rangers where they just don't look like that,
or do what or like the figures from the movie, like the non-limited edition ones. The normal figures were awful. They looked so bad.
Yeah, they did.
They looked very cheap.
That's why I didn't buy them. They look so bad.
Yeah, big time, man.
But like the ones that came out in like the legacy packaging, they look good. They look like they should.
Exactly. Yeah, I missed out on those.
I think working with that legacy range, that's again another thing that I would like to see Hasbro possibly do is still continue on with that legacy range, but update it to the point where it's not just like your Zeonizer, your MMPR. Like do the whole set. Like go into Turbo, go into In Space, like work down the line with the morphers.
Yeah.
Because you never know. There's a couple of guys out there, obviously. Chunt, you're a very big Jason fan.
Yep.
So obviously you'd love a Zeonizer Gold. Like I know that for sure.
Yeah.
But there'll be some guys down there. They'll be like, well, I really like the Time Force. Like I really wouldn't mind a brand new Chronomorpher.
So you're saying a legacy morpher line, essentially, like a focused morpher line?
That's the dream, man. Like you see a lot of guys. A lot of guys are like morpher collectors, and I feel they're like the perfect things to display as well.
Yeah,
definitely.
Like I have one morpher. I have the Lost Galaxy morpher. Still,
nice.
and that's like that's a cool one, but it was like one of those touch ones, so it's not as like flashy and bangy as everything else. But like flashy and bangy, just like me. but yeah, like morphers are a cool thing to display, especially in like cases or on shelves. So yeah,
definitely though. It's I think there's been a couple of times where obviously like JDF or a couple of other people they've gone to the Philippines or they've gone to cons in Australia. I think there was a dude that done it here in Australia. He went and saw JDF and actually presented each morpher with each coin and thing purely for JDF.
Yeah, I remember seeing
into him. And like being honest, I would love to do that for any Ranger that came here. This is like, hopefully I can get a photo with you. Please sign my morpher or at least the box that I've got it on, and then go from there.
Yeah, big time, man.
I'd like to see a very updated. Obviously for us, bigger. Or the older child, as we are, love to see it actually fit the wrists and actually sit there properly.
Yeah, we're not 5-year-old anymore.
Yeah.
Well, like personally for myself, like I've got my Zeo gold shrine happening. I did have a Zeo gold helmet once, but I had to sell it before I moved.
I know the feels.
So yeah, so I want that gold communicator. I want it because I have the Zeo staff. I've got the legacy figure. I just need the helmet and the communicator, and I'll have my gold shrine thing. That's all I want, man. I had almost everything else, but I sold it all.
You've got Pyramidas, haven't you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
excellent.
Yeah, I love Pyramidas. The best fucking sword.
Oh, you're not wrong.
So yeah, that's good. I mean, I'm glad we kind of squeezed that in. So I really wanted to talk about it because we know you guys are right into the toys and stuff.
No. just bank account doesn't agree with me, but yeah, I'm definitely in there.
That's just real life problems. I know that feel, man. I really do. Well, I mean, that's the last topic that I really wanted to reach on this first episode of the CHUNTCAST. That was good, man. I'm glad it went fast, really quick. Like we're not even an hour. I think it's just under, which is good. So I just want to thank you both individually. Owen, thank you for taking time out to come on and have a chat. I was very excited when you were very keen to jump on.
Oh, dude! As soon as I saw that notification pop up, I'm like, no, I have to be the first one on because I have a lot to say. So I'm super stoked for you having me on, man. Hopefully we can do it later down the track.
Definitely, man.
Maybe once we get some more toys or some Beast Morphers going, we can have a bit of a chat.
Yeah, totally, man. I'm very keen, and we'll definitely do it again. And thanks for you coming on as well, Matty. I appreciate that. You're very keen also.
No, it's all good, mate. Like, I'm more than willing to help a mate out as much as I can. But again, I've also got my own views on the topics, especially with Power Rangers. I used to get ridiculed at school for it, but it helped me with my martial arts. I've done martial arts now, and being honest, honestly don't care. I love Power Rangers.
That's good, man.
That's the thing.
You hear a lot of stories like that. Like Power Rangers got people in their martial arts and get the discipline stuff going. Like it's
definitely
all the positive messaging from the series in a whole.
Yeah.
No, thanks for that. So we'll put that one.
I really do appreciate it. I really do.
Yeah, no, thanks. No, thank you both for taking your time out. Time is valuable, and I appreciate you both taking time out of your day to do it. And I guess we can put this one in the bag.
Yeah.
And we'll do that and chunt out. And thanks for everybody for watching and do all that like and subscribe nonsense. To lose.